solo adventure covers a 1,525 feet in elevation gain height to Rylander Cascades and Dry Creek Falls in low water conditions. Today I'm battling the heat with the feels like temperatures being well over 100 degrees and humidity is high. Along the way, I spot a possible cave entrance, cook a tasty meal on the trail, and drive through a wild storm on my way home. Now on to the video. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Lashana from Adventures Before Dementia, and today I'm heading back to Sparta, Tennessee, where I'm going to Scotts Gulf Wilderness State Park, and I plan on trying to do 2 waterfalls if the high heat doesn't get to me. I'm going to go to Rylander Cascades and Dry Creek Falls. So here's the parking lot, and there's a little bit more room down that way. So it looks like Rylander Cascades is half a mile from here, and Dry Creek Falls is 1.5 miles. We are not doing the Virgin Falls today. And we quickly come upon some rocks after going through some mud. That looks like a creek bed. Imagine when it rains, water comes down through here. It's 10:36, and we have us a kiosk. It says, "You are here." So my plans are to go up to Rylander Cascades, and then maybe go on up to Dry Creek Falls and then back. So I have a few things going against me today. One is I got a lot later start than I wanted. The second one is it's in the 90s. It's already like 94 degrees. And I think the heat index, well, I think the feels like temperature showed that it was already up to like 107, so that's another thing. And here in Tennessee we have high humidity. And then the third thing is rain. Rain is supposed to be coming in, so I may not get to do both waterfalls. I just passed by a couple that had bug netting over their heads, and they said it was pretty buggy. So that's something to look forward to. Looks like we have another creek bed crossing. It's dry. And I'm pretty sure that this trail is marked with red blazes. This is the Rylander Trail. Wow, this trail is awesome. It is rugged, but it's not very bad. But it's definitely got some beautiful views. Another creek crossing. That is not the trail. It's over that way. I'm starting to hear some water. I hope it's the waterfall and not rain. Okay, so I guess this is where we turn left to go to Rylander Cascades. So I guess this is it. Looks like she's just at a trickle today, but I bet after we get rain, she will be more glorious. Just a little bit of water trickling down her today. I will definitely have to come back and see her when she's in a more glorious form. Alright, let's head to Dry Creek Falls, which is probably going to be dry. Wait, I think I'm going to go up this way a little more, see what's on the other side of Rylander Cascades. Oh, so I guess the trail goes on over there. I think I can get closer. We've got some debris. So it took me about 17 minutes to get to this point, and that was with me stopping to take pictures and video. The land surrounding the Cascades and nearby Lost Creek was donated by the Rylander family. The Cascades is primarily a wet weather feature, and today is not a wet weather day yet. It slows down to a trickle in dry spells. And you may be asking, where's all the water going? I think it's going down into a sinkhole. Land of falling waters. This area is also known for sinkholes. Time to go back to the trail. Okay, we're back to the trail intersection. Okay, it looks like we're going up. That looks like snow, but trust me, with today's heat, that is not snow. I imagine it's mycelium. We might be about to plateau. I was wrong. No plateau. So my plans got changed around. So we have guests staying at the Airbnb today, or this weekend, and we're off work today for 4th of July. My little sidekick Beretta, who used to do things like this with me, has to work today, so he couldn't come with me. And Wayne actually has to work today too. So I'm out for a solo hike all by myself, but I'm loving it. I've only seen 2 people on the trail so far. Go back to my plan changes. I had seen online that Scotts Gulf Wilderness State Park was offering a guided hike to Martha's Pretty Point today, and it was only $5, so I went ahead and registered for that. And yesterday I got a phone call from the park ranger that was leading the hike. She had concerns about the heat index, and in all honesty, I am 54 years old and I'm out of shape, so, and since no one else had registered for it, I told her that we could go ahead and cancel. So I'll just try to do it another day. We've got a little bit of an incline here, and I think I'm being sarcastic when I say a little bit, but the Martha's Pretty Point hike, I think it was supposed to be a little over 6 miles, and I'm not sure that all of it was in the shade, so I think that was a good call. I'm not really thirsty, but because of the temperature, I think I'm going to stop and have a hydration break. I found me what I believe to be a snake-free rock to take a break. Phew, I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it is hot. Wow, it is so peaceful up here. I'm really enjoying my nature therapy. I didn't really feel like I needed that break, but since I'm by myself, I didn't want to risk it, so I just went ahead and made myself take a little break. I would hate to have a medical emergency being out here all by myself. So it looks like we're coming up on another intersection. So if you wanted to continue on to Virgin Falls, it's that way for 3 more miles. And Dog Cove, which I know nothing about yet, is 4 miles this way. And Dry Creek Falls is 0.7 miles. And yep, folks, it's still going straight up. Falling for it this time. I don't believe that the climbing stops here. Correct. False summit. Going up has to end at some point. This is not that point, but it may be this point. Still going up. Now it looks like we're going down. Okay, I think we're off the struggle bus now. I'm joking, it really wasn't that much of a struggle. Here's what we're looking at now. I see a trail sign up ahead. Oh yeah, it's a good thing they did put the trail sign here, because I think it would look like you should go that way, but I guess you're really supposed to go this way. And we've got more elevation, but we can handle it. I am hearing thunder in the distance. I just saw a snake slithering. It was a little one, but it still got my attention. So, you know, we're still going up. Just a trail update. We're still going up. Oh, we've got some steps up ahead. Alrighty, let's tackle these steps. Sorry for the crinkling of my water bottle. Looks like we've made it to another peak. Nope, it was deceiving. I tell you, I would much rather do this than work out in the gym any day. Even though it's hot, this is awesome. But the inclines never stop. Another trail update. That's off to the left. That's where we came from. I think that's just an excuse for me to take a break. But that is another advantage to solo hiking. No one knows how many breaks you take. And there's no one there to judge you. And you can take them as long as you want. As long as you're out of the park by dark. The Bridgestone Nature Reserve. There's a Bridgestone factory in McMinnville, the town that I'm from, which is the neighboring county for where this park is. So just when you think it's plateaued, you look up. Oh, cool, that looks like a cave. There's some cool air coming from there. I don't think I've seen any videos on this trail that showed this. Pretty cool. I kind of think I hear rain. Woohoo! We're starting to go back down, but that means we've got to go back up it to go back.
Hey, quick question. Is that rocky opening that we saw just a few minutes ago actually an entrance for Lost Creek Cave?
That might be the creek over to our left, or the falls off to our left, but I'm pretty sure it's dry. This just gives me an excuse to come back. So we've come to some more steps.
Oh, that's not the waterfall. It says the waterfall's that way, but it's still dry. It's still pretty even if it is dry. I'm going to try to spot me a place to have lunch. And hopefully the rain will hold off. Look for snakes. Hope there's no sneaky snakes around here. I've changed my mind. The thunder's getting louder, so I think I'll go ahead and head back and find another spot closer to the truck. It's 11:56 and I've got about 4,500 steps, 4,600 steps. I think I only had 255 or something like that when I started. But I'm short. I take little steps compared to what most people take. Ooh, I wonder where that trail goes. Alright, can't go squirreling. Got to stay focused. I think it's about to rain. Even though the waterfalls weren't really flowing, I'm still not disappointed. Any day out in nature is a good day. Sometimes I think going downhill is harder. Gotta try to make sure you don't fall. Should have brought my trekking poles. I was trying to capture the thunder, but I think I missed it. So we made it back to the steps. I wonder if this area had been bad for washing out and that's why they added the steps. If you're prone to sweating, I would suggest bringing a cloth to wipe the sweat from time to time. My glasses have gotten so foggy I'm not able to wear my glasses. So hopefully I won't fall. I tried giving them another chance and still too foggy. I catch myself just so focused on where do I put my next foot that I'm actually missing the beauty of where I'm at. So I'm trying to remind myself to stop every now and then to look at what's around me, even if I don't have my glasses on. But you do pretty much have to be mindful of where you put your foot with every step on this trail. But it's awesome. I feel so much better when I get out and do stuff like this. Feeling totally blessed to be able to live in an area where things like this is available and it's free. Our Heavenly Father is an amazing artist. That just keeps sounding like rolling thunder, just continuing and continuing. It's threatening to rain. Nothing gonna break my stride is going through my head. Throwback to the 80s. At least I think it was the 80s. I could have swore I heard raindrops. And I'm also hearing things fall from the trees. Starting to hear voices like we're getting back to civilization. So now I'm hearing a woodpecker. Not sure if it showed up on camera or if you could hear it on camera. But I can't believe that I live so close to this place and I have never been here before. This place is amazing. And the parking lot for the trails that I got on today is real close to the Lost Creek Falls and Lost Creek Cave that I did in previous videos. I mean, super close. So you could probably do all of these in one day if you wanted. But back to this being a neighboring county. This is actually the county where my father's, but I never got a chance to come to Sparta a whole lot. By the time I was born, my grandparents were divorced and my grandmother lived in McMinnville. Well, out in the county, in Warren County. And she lived in a community called Daylight. My dad used to joke around and say where he grew up it was daylight all day long. And I was a teenager before I realized what he was talking about. I never could figure out how it could be daylight all day long. So we've made it back to the junction. If you went to the left, you could continue to Virgin Falls, and to the right or straight, whichever way you want to consider it, goes back to Rylander Cascades and the trailhead. And a little coincidence, when I started dating my husband, which was way back in
1989,
my husband with me to meet my grandmother. Oh, there's the rock I took a break on the way up. Ooh, look at all those gumballs. So back when I took my husband to meet my grandmother, and she asked who his parents and grandparents were, and oddly enough, my grandmother and my husband's grandfather's family were neighbors, and they actually were boyfriend and girlfriend when they were younger. But I never knew my husband till I was in high school. And another odd coincidence, my mother-in-law, who is dear to my soul, she and the stepmother that I had at the time were first cousins. So I don't know how I did not meet Wayne before I was in high school. And sorry if I've already told this story before, but I had a crush on Wayne for like 2.5 years before he ever asked me out. But he was real good friends with one of my ex-boyfriends, and his name was Teddy Bear, which, yeah, that's his real name, Teddy Bear. And Teddy and Wayne evidently was watching me go down the hall at school, and Teddy yells, "LaShawna, come here!" So I went over there, and Teddy goes, "LaShawna, would you go out with Wayne?" And knowing the way Teddy Bear was, I thought he was just being mean and pulling a prank on me, and I said, "Wayne didn't ask. I wasn't going to be humiliated like that." And he said, "No, will you?" And I said, "Again, Wayne didn't ask." Oh, but I was hoping. And then Wayne goes, he looks up and he goes, "Will you?" And we've been together ever since. That was January 10th, 1989. And we went on our first date on Friday the 13th, January of 1989.
I'm so sorry if that was TMI.
I think I should stop and take a hydration break. I don't really feel thirsty, but it has been a while. Even though it's just been a few minutes for you guys watching, it has been a while for me. Which is the best route? The junction for Rylander Cascades. I can hear the water from here. There's a family of 5 that's coming down behind me, so I think I'm going to go over here to the falls and let them pass me up. There were 3 children in the group, and not all of them were happy. It is a hot day, but no regrets on my part. I've absolutely loved it, even if the falls were dry. So I believe from the Rylander Cascades junction, it's half a mile back to the trailhead. So I feel like we're on the downward stretch. And on that note, it is downhill. Yeah, but we have a lot of humidity and the rocks already look wet. So the first couple that I met on the trail today, they had nets on over their heads and said it was really buggy. But I've not had a problem with bugs. I'm grateful for that. Thankful, thankful, thankful. I feel like getting out and walking on uneven terrain like this is great. Health-wise, I think it has to be good for your interstitial fluids, get that stuff moving and flowing. And for your balance and agility, as long as you don't fall. And I've read that it's good to get young children out doing stuff like this, and it helps them with decision making. Okay, human tally for the day. There was a group of 2 as I was going up trail, and there was a group of 5 on the way back, and there's another group of 2. So that was a total of 9 out of 3 groups. 10 if you count me. So we've made it back to the kiosk. And by the way, there is camping by reservations. I'm hearing traffic. We've made it almost back to the trailhead. I may come back over here somewhere for my lunch. I've got it in my backpack, but I think I'll finish the trail and then I'll come back. Over there's pretty too. There's the trailhead. It's 12:44 and I've got 9,063 steps. I may get rained on, but I think I'm going to go back and find a spot on the creek to cook my lunch. I have to say, even though the waterfalls were not flowing very well, I still feel like I'm on cloud 9. Got those endorphins flowing. Okay, I think I found me a spot. Let's look for snakes. Got some fresh homegrown tomatoes and cucumbers. Sorry I can't get a great angle. So I cut up some squash and zucchini from my mom and put some cornmeal on it. See if it's time to flip it. Oh, it smells so good. Probably not the healthiest thing for me. And I've got some smoked turkey. Smoked turkey sausage. Time to check it. This beats a boring old sandwich any day. You kind of have to figure out where your hot spot is and make everything take turns around the hot spot. And when you get it about like you want it, just move it to the cooler spot. Well, I think I'm going to call that done. I almost forgot to add some salt. Now that's lunch with a view. So after I cook, I put my grease and my rinse water in a water bottle and I throw it away. And I put my skillet in a little baggie. Ooh, I think I packed it up just in time. It's getting dark. Maybe I'll make it to the truck before the rain starts. Can you hear the thunder? I think I'm out of the woods in more than one way. So if you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe.
So I got back to the truck and all the thundering has quit. Maybe it's the calm before the storm. I was about to pull off and I thought I saw flashlights coming from the woods. And it was actually lightning bugs. I don't think they're showing up though on the video.
And it's not even 2 o'clock. I am really surprised at how dark it has gotten. And it's not even 2 o'clock. I'm still down in the holler. It looks like it's finally trying to rain. If you're ever in the Middle Tennessee area, consider giving Rylander Cascades and Dry Creek Falls a visit. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!
Oh, and if you're needing a place to stay, consider renting our Airbnb, Nana's House. Just only about 45 minutes away from the trailhead. And here's some beautiful scenery that I come across on my way to the trailhead. Not a storm cloud in sight, or the footage doesn't do the beautiful scenery justice.